All right, we're talking about restoration today. We're going to deal with it in 4 aspects: A, B, C, D. And so I've taken restoration and the different type of restorations today, and we're breaking them up into 4 different bite-sized nuggets that we all can consume. So let's go over those 4 nuggets of restoration. 1 is the Purist Restoration, which is the letter of the law. Number 2 is the Purist Restoration, which is the spirit of the law. Number 3 is a hot rod restoration. And number 4 is a Restomod restoration. And those are the 4 types of restorations. When you look at shops across this country, those are the 4 that you're going to see on display. Shop A deals with the letter to the law style of restoration. That's what they do, and that's what they're great at. And if that's what you're interested in, man, that's your go-to shop. Shop B deals with the spirit of the law. They still want to make the car safe for its owner. They want to make it easily to be serviced or functionable on the backside when the car has problems. And then 3, if they can make it even more beautiful, why not? And then you have the hot rod, and that's, hey man, I want to go fast. I want to get there, and I want to get there quick. I want to go with the gone, and I want to come with the came on. Kind of that, it's that kind of philosophy, that kind of approach. And then the last one is Restomod. And the Restomod approach, it says I'm going to order this from a catalog. I'm ordering this from an aftermarket company that has done R&D on this car, that is designed to save me time from a hot rodding perspective, so that all of these components can be ordered from page 1, page 7, page 9. And so those are the 4 aspects of restoration, and we'll go a little deeper in this series with 2 of those. Restoration. That Cadillac, keep it original. Don't change anything. Put it back just like it was. That's preservation. And so even when we go to the supply chain and we have problems and we have issues, it's all about stay true to the discipline of preservation. That's not a hot rod. Now, number 2, hot rod. I'm not trying to keep anything original. Hot rod. That's 4. 350 engine. See, it's all about what's going to get this car moving, man. What's going to get this car going? What's the experience? What's the feel? I got flames on that. 2 different disciplines, 2 different cars, 2 different mentalities. What do I have here? Oh, this is a big, bad, nasty SEMA car. So this is certainly hot rod. This is hot rod. This is Restomod. This is Pro Touring all the way. And so what are we going to do here? We're going to be true to that. I'm not trying to do anything original. I'm not worried about what it had original. That's not my concern. That's not what it's about. So this is restoration. Yes, we're upgrading it to a modern 12-volt system, but that doesn't change the car. The car is still the car. So this is, put it back like it was. It's going to have a new vane system in it as far as the electrical is concerned. But put it back like it was. Let's keep it original. Let's keep the aesthetics. We're putting a radio in this car for functionality. But guess what we're going to do with the old radio? We're going to put it right back in there so that we keep the aesthetics of the car, keep that version of history in place. So that's what we're going to do on there. This is a classic. They didn't have the 6-speed back in 1972. They didn't have that. And they surely didn't have those big old tires that they got going on back there. They didn't have this back there in that time period. So what is this? Hey, that's hot rod, baby. It's all about performance. It's all about speed. It's all about the feel of it. It's all about what it can do for you. And so we're going to put a little bit of that power in your life. So that's what that is there. So then we keep going. What do we have here? This is restoration. Putting it back like it was. 350 engine is really the only major noticeable change. But a 350 in 94 is not even a big deal. The 350 unveiled in 1967 in that Camaro that year. That's when the 350 came out. But the 350 for this year is fine. It's not like this is a 47 model truck. This is not a 47 3100 where 350 wasn't even invented and you put a 350 in there. That's not what's going on. So this is truly restoration. We've just changed the functionality of it. We've put a little bit more power in the car. But in 1994, he could have purchased a 350 on his own anyway. He just had a V6 in there. Now here's an example of a blend. This is an example of restoration, but really with a hot rod sensibility. Restoration with a hot rod sensibility. But it's not a one-off. It's not a one-off car. It's not a car that we are customizing it and making it like a Riviera has never been before. Hey, I think that's great if that's the project and that's the book on that. That's not what we're doing. This car is original in every sense of the word, but one of the things we've done, but it's just beauty. We just changed the color on it. We've changed the color. This was not the paint code back in 1964. I can assure you of that. And so we've changed the paint code. So what did we do with the engine? We kind of matched this old candy paint on this. So that's changing the car from a perspective. There's no doubt about it. When you change color, you've changed the car. But we have not changed the body lines of the car. We have not changed the carburetor setup on the car. We have not changed the intake on the car. Yes, we changed the front runner because the pulleys on these didn't work good back in 1964 anyway. So what did we change here? This is functionality. Good friend of mine, Bob Smith, he likes to say that the last thing you address is beauty, but you got to address safety and functionality first. Make sure the car is safe, make sure the car functions, and then you worry about beauty. But when you build a car where you put beauty first, a lot of guys do that, and I've had a lot of them around here. I won't. Anyway, I ain't gonna get into that. But they're all about what it looks like. It's all about, but it's like, but are you gonna be able to drive it? Well, how are you gonna start it? I mean, how are you gonna put fuel in it? The functionality of the car. What if the power goes bad? Who's gonna service it? Oh, that's not important. It just has to look pretty. No, it has to function. It has to be safe, and then it has to be pretty. So here's a last version I'll show you, and then we'll get out of here. And this part here we'll just walk through is the Hot Rod Shop of City Classic Cars. So this here is 67 Camaro. This is my first car going to Argentina. Real excited about that. But what is this? I mean, got a little something in it. So this is pro touring. This is upgrading. This is hot rodding. But even when I hot rod it, I want it to look like a 67. I mean, I want it to look like a Camaro. One of my favorite cars is this year model Camaro. I like the 67, 68, and 69. But all we put in it was a 350. The Camaro, the 350 unveiled in the Camaro in 1967. This is a 1967. So it makes sense to me. Let's not put an LS in there. LS came out in 97. So why put a 97 engine in here 30 years later? No, I'm going to put the one that came out in 67. I'm going to put the 350 in there. Oh, everybody has a 350. It's not about that. It's about being true to the car. It's about preservation. It's about retaining this example of the car. Anyway, I hope that little bit about restoration versus hot rod helped you a little bit. You need a little bit more information, you call me, 832-717-0774. We can schedule a consultation. We can talk all about it.